Wrapping up this letter that I wrote you. Maybe it's the only way to cut through. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. No looking back this time. No looking back this time. No looking back this time.
Yo, yo, yo. I hope you are all well. I hope you are all well. How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? It's been a while again, unfortunately. I've been very, very busy doing other things and being depressed with watching Liverpool. That's what I've been doing. So that's why I haven't had much time to continue with the shows. Um, I really would like to do more shows. I honestly would, but it's quite soul destroying to sit here for an hour and talk about how bad we are, talk about how grey Liverpool's making me. Like, it really is. And just to continue to go through and dissect the absolutely atrocious football team that we are this season, and to dissect all of the frailties and how bad some of our players are is not great. Like, I don't like doing it, which is why I go on other people's shows, because I can talk about it a little bit and then somebody else talks, which means it's not just me yapping on for an hour about the stink fest that we are providing on a weekly basis. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's really, really sad. Like, it's really sad. Like, I'm not even doing like match previews or match reviews, because what are we previewing and what are we reviewing? Because I have no idea what Liverpool's going to turn up, and I have no idea how that Liverpool's going to perform. You're guaranteed to pick some of the same players every game, so you can kind of bank on that. But even, I mean, can we just have a conversation around Galatasaray away and Wolves away, where we lost both games? Like, I don't care about the game in between, where we beat Wolves, who played the reserves, like, and we still played our main team. Like, can we talk about those two games in total isolation? Because he should have been sacked for that. Like, he should be sacked just for those two games. You lost to Wolves, who are bottom of the table, and you lost to the easiest team in the Champions League. They're the easiest team to play in the Champions League right now. They're the easiest team. They've conceded the most goals. They're really not a good team. They're full of failed Premier League players. Failed Premier League players that were sold from teams like Wolves and Tottenham and other teams. Can we talk about that? Like, let's not talk about any other games. Let's just isolate those two games on their own. Like, we had lots of time to prepare for the Wolves game. Lots of time to prepare for that Wolves game. And we turned up and looked like a bag of shite from start to finish. We deserved nothing in that game. Nothing in that game. We had all our shots after they scored their goal, and it was like, oh, we're losing. Oh, we're losing right now, so we need to do something. We were crap. Arnie should have been sacked after that match. He should have been sacked after that game alone. And yet again, his players, his guys that he keeps on waffling on about that he's improved in Gravenberch and Gakpo and McAllister, yet again failed to deliver. Failed to deliver again. Awful midfield, awful attack. They're your guys. They're your improvements. They're the ones that you are hanging it on. They're the ones that you are giving a new contract to. You're in conversations with McAllister for a new contract. You've already given Cody one. You've already given Gravenberch one. They're your boys. All season, ass. All season have failed to deliver. It's like carrying around 3 dead bodies. It's like carrying around 3 dead bodies. Like, just want to give you some breaking news. Gravenberch runs 1 kilometre less per game than McAllister. And McAllister runs around like he's got a parachute on his back and he's in a Zimmer frame. That's how bad our midfield is with those two guys in it. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Breaking news. Cody Gakpo has missed more chances than any other player in the Premier League. He's had more shots that have missed the goal than any other player in the Premier League. He's had more shots than any other player in the Premier League. Breaking news. He's had 50 shots that have hit the first man that have been blocked. He's had 25 shots that have gone over the bar. That's 75 shots that have done nothing. 75 wasted shots that have gone over the bar or have hit the first defender. And then you've got Gravenberch and McAllister, who both don't run. They're your boys. They're your boys, Arnie. They're your boys. They're the ones you backed. They're the ones you backed, and they're the ones that Richard Hughes backed because you asked him to back them. Well, I'm telling you what, the next guy that comes in is selling all 3 of those. You will not see Gravenberch, Gakpo, or McAllister in a Xabi Alonso team next season. You won't see them in a Nagelsmann team. You will not see them in the new manager's team. Not a fucking chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. I do not want to see twinkle toes ballerina spinny top man in our midfield ever again. He is absolutely atrocious. And I don't want to say it, but I told you so. Because I was the guy that told you that Gravenberch was shit when we signed him. And everybody came at me. Everybody came at me. And then the next season, everybody came at me going, oh, you said Gravenberch. You said Gravenberch. Well, guess what? I said Gravenberch this season. And I've been right. He has been horrible. Absolutely horrible. Can't defend, can't pass, can't run. Doesn't do any of them. And I just want to put this out on you. Watch the decline of Dominic Szoboszlai this season now. Watch the decline of Dominic Szoboszlai. For the next 8-9 games, watch Dominic Szoboszlai's performances take a nosedive. And the reason why is because he's been doing all the workload of Gravenberch and McAllister all season long. He can't do it anymore. He looks knackered. He looks goosed. He looks goosed. That's it. Gravenberch, McAllister, done. Dominic Szoboszlai, done. Like, watch the fall of Dominic Szoboszlai now. And watch everybody get on Dom's back saying, oh, it's Dom's fault. No, the reason why we're not in a relegation zone is because of Dom. It's because he's carried us on his back all season long. Dominic Szoboszlai was poor last game. He was poor the game before, and he was poor the game before that, and he was also poor the game before that. True, Don. Dom's form has fell off because Dom is tired. Dom isn't doing the numbers that Dom's been doing all season. Because guess what? He's human. He's human. He can't run 14 kilometers every game. He can't. He can't. He can't cover for Gravenberch every game. He can't cover for McAllister every game. He can't do that. Like, he can't. There's a moment where if a guy gets played consistently every single game and he's doing 3 other players' workloads, then there's a time where it doesn't work anymore. And we have to ask the question, why isn't Curtis Jones getting played? Because Curtis Jones can do the kilometres Dom can run. Curtis Jones can run 12 kilometres, 13 kilometres. Nothing wrong with Curtis Jones. Oh, I know what's wrong with Curtis Jones. He told the manager that he's shit. That's Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones turned around and said to Arnie, you haven't got a fucking clue what you're doing, mate. That's what Curtis Jones did. That's what Mo Salah did. That's what Chiesa probably did. Went off the plan. Decided to do something on their own. Decided they were going to try and win a game by themselves. Decided, I'm not listening to that fraud because he is garbage. He makes us play shit football. And Curtis and Mo and some of the others have decided enough's enough. Even Virgil van Dijk's now saying we play slow football. Even Virgil van Dijk's now saying we play slow football. But guess what Arnie says in press conferences after the game? Sometimes it's not the manager's fault. Sometimes it's the players. The guy is never accountable. He will never take accountability for anything that he's done. And right now, this season, all he's done has turned us into a mid-table team. We're a mid-table team. We're a mid-table team, and you can go and look at this 100-game fucking shite that everyone's talking about. Yeah, he won 27 out of 36. Sorry, 27 out of 39 of his first games. Yeah, and that's really good. Yeah, that's when you first joined the club. That's when you've inherited a squad that almost won the league in the last 2 years because they were first in the final year. They were first after Christmas twice. We just fell off because we didn't have the squad. We just fell off because they burnt out. We just fell off because we were playing Pep and Linda's tactics. Total football shite, which had a bit of intensity somewhere in it. But guess what? You got a new manager bounce, and you got Mo Salah, and you got Virgil van Dijk, and you had Trent. And guess what? You made it work. You made it work. And fair play. And you won 26 out of 39 games. Sorry, 27 out of 39 games. And that's good. That's good. But then you have to look at the last amount of games when you've had 60 games. You've only won 33 of them. You've only won 50%, 53% of your games in your last 60. You have to ask the question, how is that? How is that? How have you managed to spend 450 million quid? By the way, you've already come out and said, well, I've only been able to manage 250 million of it on the pitch because Isaac got injured. So Isaac getting injured is the reason why you've only won 50% of your last 60 games. Is that another excuse, Arnie? Is that another excuse you're using? You're using another excuse now. Also, big up James for being a member for 9 months. Big up, James. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Yeah. Is that the excuses? Is that the excuses now? Yeah, that's what you're using. Well, breaking news. You've lost 19 games in total this season. If you want to add all of the friendlies and you want to add the Charity Shield, Community Shield, you've lost 19. You've lost 19. You've conceded an ungodly amount of goals. And guess what? We conceded another one against Galatasaray from a corner. And guess what we did against other teams recently? We started conceding goals from corners again. Did we concede one against Wolves? Yes, we did. Did we concede one against West Ham? Yes, we did. We've started conceding goals from corners again. So the set piece coach wasn't the problem. And we've got how many games left? How many games left? We've got Manchester City away in the FA Cup. Anyone think we're winning that? Anyone think we're winning Manchester City away in the FA Cup? The only reason we'll win that game is because Manchester City throw away the FA Cup because they have a cup final against Arsenal and they have a sandwich Chelsea game in between. So they have Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, or Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal. That's the only reason why we'll win that game is because Manchester City rest their team for the cup final. That's the only reason why. But guess what? We've also got a tough game as well in between that. That will be a Champions League game if we continue in the Champions League. And right now, does anyone think we're going to beat Galatasaray at home? I mean, we've been beaten by them twice this season, 1-0. Does anyone think we're going to win that? Does anyone think we're going to win that? Remember who we've dropped points to at Anfield. Remember who we've lost to at Anfield. Yeah? Remember, because there's no form. Liverpool haven't had a purple patch or a bounce or anything. Liverpool are continuing to play like Liverpool have played all season. Inconsistent and shit. And now we can't even fucking pass the ball. Like, did anybody see Wirtz? Did anybody see Ekitike? Like, Mo Salah had no shots in that game against Galatasaray. Like if you're going to do anything, at least try and get Mo into the game. And right now, it's like Mo told you you're crap. Yeah, you had an argument with Mo, and Mo said, "Look, Arnie, you're pretty shit this season. Like you treated a lot of players badly. You have a bad attitude. Your formation doesn't work, and you have no idea how to make me into an attacking player because I'm playing like a fucking touchline fucking linesman. Yeah, me and Cody are playing like touchline wingers, and we're not. Yeah, so talk about that all you want. Yeah, Mo then goes straight back into the team when he comes back from AFCON. And it doesn't matter how shit he plays, because he's been playing shit, by the way, he still gets picked. Like, I don't really understand that. Like, if you had the cojones to drop him, why can't you drop him now? Like, why can't you drop him now if you have the cojones to drop him then? Because right now, I'd probably play Rio. I'd probably play Wirtz or Ekitike there. Like, I would do something else where I have something extra to give. Or I play Frimpong and I put Gomez as my right back. Like, do something, because right now, Mo doesn't even take shots on goal. Galatasaray didn't have a shot on goal. What's the point? What's the point? And I see the stuff with Jamie Carragher, like literally turn around and say, well, Arnie's tried everything and it's just not worked. No, he hasn't. If he tried everything, he would have gone back to what worked last season. Like, he would have done that. And he hasn't even tried that. He would have gone back to what worked last season. But he hasn't even tried that, because he can't play that when he's got his kids. He can't play that if he wants to play Cody and he wants to play Grav and he wants to play Mac. Like, our biggest problem this season, in a microcosm of everything, is we are really, really weak. We don't win enough tackles. We don't win enough duels. We don't contest the game. That's what we don't do. And you still continuously play two midfielders. You still play two midfielders in every game. And the opposition go, I'm just going to play 3. I'm just going to play 4. And you still play McAllister and Gravenberch, McAllister and Gravenberch, McAllister and Gravenberch, even for Galatasaray away, who you know are going to play horrible football. You still play two luxury players that can't tackle or can't win duels and can't control games. McAllister can't even pass the ball properly now. Gravenberch does neither. Doesn't pass, doesn't run. All the duels Gravenberch wins are in the final third, and they're because he's overran the ball or he's lost it and he's won it back because he's up there. That's not being a defensive midfielder. You can't be a defensive midfielder if you're not in a defensive midfielder position. It's like me winning loads of tackles up front and going, well, I'm a good defensive midfielder. Well, no, because I'm not winning any of the duels in midfield or in the defensive position. I'm winning them in the attack. That's not how it works. That's basically being a striker that can tackle. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. So stop talking about it. Stop commenting about how he wins duels when all you're doing is talking about the duels that he's lost the ball and tried to regain possession in the attack. He's not doing it in the positions that he needs to win the ball. He needs to be shielding the back four. He needs to be blocking the shots. He needs to be tackling players. He needs to be a fucking defensive midfielder. That's what he needs to be. Otherwise, don't play there, mate. Don't play there. Play in a 10. Play in the 10 position. Yeah, I see Ornstein saying shit as well. The fans won't accept this manager. The fans will not accept him to stay, which means that it will be untenable. And if you believe everything that happened with Heisinger, then that's pretty much how I feel about it. If the Heisinger appointment didn't happen when Arnie requested it and the board said no, then that means they're not backing him. That means they're not giving him his guy. That means they're not giving him maybe his defensive guy, because I don't see what Arnie does defensively that makes us any better. Virgil van Dijk has been awful. Like, Canate's been good recently, but he's been in and out. Gomez hasn't been great. I'm sorry. Gomez just hasn't been great. Kirkez has been okay. Like, Robbo's had maybe one or two good games all season. Frimpong isn't a defender. Sorry, just isn't. Like, stop talking about him like he is one. And Bradley's been shit, and then he's been injured. I can't really comment on anyone else. Like, what? Szoboszlai's been dog shit in the right back position. Curtis Jones isn't a right back, but he's been okay. But I can't really comment on it. Like, I want to share some stuff anyway now. So let's get into some of the bits I wanted to talk about. So first of all, Isaac's valuation's gone down by 20 million. So that's good news. That's absolutely wonderful news. So 20 million being knocked off him. Scores on the doors for the ratings. I thought Mamardashvili probably should have got an 8, if I'm completely honest. Like, he probably kept us in the game. He's probably kept us in Europe, because they could have had 3. Could have had 3 more. And they also should have had a goal anyway, which was disallowed for no reason. I thought Salah was a 2. I thought McAllister was a 2. I thought Szoboszlai was a 2. Was a 4. I thought Gravenberch was a 2. I thought Kirkez was a 3. Canate was a 2. Van Dijk was a 4, maybe a 5. I thought Gomez was a 4. Ekitike was probably a 4. I'd say a 4, yeah. Wirtz was, by the way, Wirtz won more tackles than any of our other players, by the way. So, you know, he had a shit game, but he still won more duels than any other player, which is weird. Just very weird. Also, 8-1. Arnie's back on odds to be sacked. I don't get it. It's just every day, isn't it? It's like in and out. Like, rumours Mo Salah's going to stay for another season, but that's from Football Insider, which is not a very reputable outlet. From the Build, Liverpool not looking at Nico Schlotterbeck. Liverpool have already addressed their defence with Leone, Jacquet, Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez. I've noticed that Canate is not in that, which is really interesting. That Canate's name's not mentioned. Also, more rumours that Curtis Jones is off because he didn't even play against Galatasaray. He couldn't even come on for 5 minutes. We were losing the game. We were losing the game for most of the game. Like, losing the game, and Curtis Jones couldn't even come on. Like, Rio didn't even come on. Like, honestly, like, I suppose he's happy to lose 1-0. Constructive conversations between Canate. I think Canate's gone, by the way. I genuinely do. I know this is from Ornstein, but I just think he's gone. I just do. I don't see. I just don't see. I don't see a world where Canate is going to sign a new contract now. I just don't, because it just hasn't been sorted. Just has not been sorted out. Mamardashvili had a good game. also wrote this comment, which was funny. I will be in goal tomorrow while Alisson Becker is on kebab duty. I don't know what that's about. We also have to question why Alisson was injured when he shouldn't have really played the Wolves game. Like, why did he have to play the second Wolves game? I have no idea. Caleb Iacchini, talks confirmed. Liverpool looking at FC Nordal's Caleb Iacchini. I don't think he's good enough, personally. I just don't think he's good enough. He's coming from an absolute tosh league, if I'm completely honest. Liverpool need to just go and get Anderson, go and get Elliot Anderson, or go and get Elliot Anderson, or go and get Angelo Stiller. Just go and get a fucking destroyer or someone. Go and get someone who can win a tackle in midfield. And Adam Morton's not the guy because he doesn't win tackles in midfield. So just go and get a bruiser. I don't care. Just go and get someone that can win us some midfield battles. And someone that can just, like, someone talk about this. First 50 games, 36 wins, 7 defeats, 7 draws. Last 50 games, 26 wins, 16 defeats, 8 draws. It's absolutely shocking. Shocking beyond. Shocking beyond. And everybody knows our tactics. Like, I might as well just put them up there. Just everybody knows our tactics. It's like, fuck Chiesa, no subs until the 80th minute. Plan, let Gapco score. Gomez, Frimpong, Virgil is just called a stopper now. Kirkes, Gravenberch, Soberslai, never help him. Frimpong, Salah, fuck off. Ekatike, pass to Gapco. Everything, my son, everything. Came on again. Another useless fucking performance from him. Another useless performance. When you got Rio, they had a good game with Andy Robertson, and you didn't bring Rio on to play with Andy Robertson. Like, just easy wins. Really easy wins that can be had. And a couple of people are posting up Ideal Summer. I don't know why people want Van de Ven. The guy's a walking crutch. Like, the guy is a total liability. Like, I can't have someone that as soon as they start running, I don't know whether their hamstrings are going to explode. Like, Mane, maybe Mane, but he's a kid. Mane, by the way, is 2 weeks younger than Trey Ione, by the way. And Trey Ione couldn't have got a game? Seriously, Trey Ione could not get a game in that midfield. Like, I would happily replace Gravenberch with Trey Ione for the rest of the season. I really would. And then you can see whether he's good enough for next season. And so far, he's better than him in the time I've seen him on the pitch. Diamande, 70 million, not for me. I think he's too young. I think he's too raw. I think that's a lot of money. Tchouameni, another injury-prone player, not for me. Sell Cody, yeah. Sell Gomez, I'd keep Gomez. Like, what's the worst that could happen? Like, at least you have a body that's just going to be there, and he can play a number of positions. Maka, 90 million, not a chance. You'd be lucky if you get 50. You'd be lucky if you get 50 for Gapco, by the way. Arsenal have just equalised. Great. Four tackles were made by Florian Wirtz. More tackles than any other player. Wirtz was shit, by the way. Like, Wirtz was shit. Like, Wirtz is injured, by the way. I'm just going to say that now. Wirtz should not be playing. He's injured. A couple more players were linked with. I think he's a good player. Nandy Collins, 22 years old, can play a number of positions. Came from Bayern Munich's academy. 34 million price tag. Yeah, I'd take that. I'd also take Odenez, who plays for Club Bruges. Another good player. I'd take that as well. There's definitely centre backs that can play left back or right back that are there at a good price. And the fans have just had enough. Like, if I hear about rest, recovery, go again, we keep on working harder. Like, what the fuck? Like, every single game we lose or we draw and we're shit, and you have the same comments come out. Rest, recovery, we go again, we try harder, we work harder. Fuck off. Fuck off. How are some of our players not getting dropped? Like, how are some of our players not getting dragged off the pitch? Because I'm telling you, you have this guy next season and he will be hauling midfielders off. He will be hauling them off at half time. Like, hooking them because they've been shit. Hooking them because they've been shit. Like, Jacquet, brilliant signing. You know, if they're the guys that Alonso wants, then we have to go and get them. We have to go and get them. We have to go and get them. If they're the guys that Alonso wants, because Alonso wasn't backed by Real Madrid. He wasn't backed by Real Madrid. And ultimately that's where a lot of it stands. Like, first manager to lose his 100th game in charge since Graham Souness. And you know what happened to Graham Souness? Yeah, you know what happened to Graham Souness? He got binned. Kai Havertz, 89th minute penalty. Well, it looks like Arsenal are going to win that game, aren't they? The second leg. And rumours are there's an agreement in place. If Arnie doesn't win the Champions League, he's not going to win a Champions League. He's not going to win the Champions League. I'm not being funny, guys, but does anyone think we beat Bodo Glimt? Seriously, does anybody think Liverpool could beat Bodo Glimt right now? Because we just got beat by Wolves away, who are bottom of the Prem. Yeah? And we just got beat by Galatasaray away twice. Does anyone think we could beat Bodo Glimt? Because I don't. Because I don't think we could beat Bodo Glimt. So, and then contracts. Like, Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah got done last season. Cody got done this season. Gravenberch has been done. Two players that didn't deserve new contracts. Konate deserves a new contract. Curtis Jones deserves a new contract. Dominic Szoboszlai deserves a new contract. And I get Alisson Becker tied down anyway because it's Alisson. Like, there's players that don't deserve new contracts that got new contracts and potentially will be rewarded for being shit. Like, how can you reward Cody and Gravenberch for being shit? Because there's no meritocracy at Liverpool. It doesn't matter how well you play. It doesn't matter how well you do. You're still not going to play. You'll be dropped. You'll be dropped. You score a goal and you score a goal and you get an assist and you have a man of the match performance like Curtis Jones and Andy Robertson. You get dropped the next game. You get dropped the next game. Like, it just doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Also, big up Oliver for the memberships. Big up Oliver for the memberships. Put a W in the chat for Oliver there. Big up. That's what happens at Liverpool. Genuinely what happens at Liverpool under Arnie. And this is how the fans feel. Liverpool are just in a constant state of being really bad, and some games they get away with it, and some games they don't. Simple as. That's the life of Edwards and co. Have chosen not to change things post PSV. And I totally agree. Totally agree. 100%. He should have been sacked after the PSV game. That was the Nadar for me. That was the Nadar. That was the lowest of the low. And the Forest game was pretty bad. But then PSV after it was even worse. That was the Nadar, and he should have gone. We didn't do it, and we're suffering now. Absolutely nailed it, I know. And then there's other information that's coming out from the build again. Canate is now top of Real Madrid shortlist. Well, no, yeah. Whoop-de-doo. Of course he is. Of course he is. And guess what happens to Canate? Canate starts playing dog shit now. Canate looks like the Canate from the start of the season because Real Madrid's in his ear now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Watch his form plummet now. And I talked about Trey. Like, Rob Page has been full of praise for Trey Ione, and Liverpool under 21s and under 18s have been absolutely destroying other teams. So we clearly have the youth. We clearly have good management in those teams. And I just don't understand why Trey's not playing now. I just don't. I don't understand why Trey isn't getting a game. Like, why don't you play Dominic Szoboszlai in midfield and play Trey in the 10? Like, there's plenty of opportunities Trey could play. And you need to start playing this guy now. Otherwise you're going to have to send him out on loan next season. But I think he's good enough to be a 4th or 5th midfielder in this team. Like, how is he not any better than Gravenberch and McAllister, who've been absolutely atrocious all season? Like, how is he not even getting a chance? And we talk about Van de Ven. Romero can leave. Like, I don't like the guy, but I could do with someone at Liverpool who's got a bit of snarl about them. Like, I'd like him to come to Liverpool and start taking players out and kicking people up in the air and being a horrible set of lads. That's what I'd like. Because Liverpool are full of pussies. Liverpool FC is full of pussies. They're full of prima donnas who fly around on private aeroplanes, sitting in each other's houses, drinking coffee and getting fucking cornrows. That's what Liverpool's about. It's about players doing fucking Instagram posts and constantly wearing fucking Adidas fucking gear and going to fashion shows and doing all kinds of shit that's totally irrelevant and then throwing medicine balls around in fucking training. That's what Liverpool FC is about this season. It's about an awful set of lads having loads of fun, being paid shitloads of money and serving Liverpool fans shit sandwiches. That's what it's about. It's a holiday camp. It's a holiday camp. Yeah. Sitting around Mo Salah's house, fucking drinking tea and fucking braiding each other's fucking ball sacks. Not even Spice Boys, because there's no spice about it. There's no spice. More like Sponge Boys or Soft as Fuck Boys or Slaphead Boys. Get me Romero so I can see him do some cunty things at Anfield. Get me Romero so I can see him throw a few players up in the air and look like he gives a fuck. Get me Romero for that. Just for the vibes. Just for the Jamie Carragher vibes. Get me Romero for that. Who else have we got? Oh, and then we've got fucking this fucking absolute fucking total football gash head. Florian Wirtz was asked about Cody Gakpo, and he told him he's a businessman. He's doing lots of things, investing in buildings and stuff like that. He buys properties. Well, guess what, mate? Why don't you fuck off and leave our fucking club and go and buy some fucking houses? Go and buy some houses and fuck off out of Liverpool. I'd rather you fucking did something with football instead of sorting out your fucking property life. Fucking waste of space. And then you got this lad who's never going to get a chance under Arnie. Like, he's just not. Like, he came on as a sub and he looked really good, by the way. But he's having an absolute brilliant season. Like, he's having an insane season. He's got 17 GA in the Premier League too. And he can't even get a game. He can't even replace Mo Salah for a bit. Like, seriously. Like, you can't bring him on for 30 minutes in a few games with Rio on the other side. Like, the pair of them would tear the arse out of teams. But he's not going to get a chance because there he is there. Fucking Captain Obvious buying properties. He's going to play all season. Absolute shithead. Right, what we got? And then you got jokes. You got Spurs making jokes. Liverpool against Spurs at the weekend could be the first game in history of football where both teams lose 3-0. Like, that we are giving Tottenham their first win under Tudor, either Tudor. We are. We're so giving Tottenham their first win, aren't we? It's so going to happen. It's so going to happen. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about them. I've unsubscribed to their channels because they're just frauds. They're just shills. Like, they don't want to stop their access to the AXA. That's fair enough. It's fair enough. And then what? We're going to sign him. What's he going to do for us? Like, seriously, what's he going to do for us? What's he going to do for us? He's not even a good defensive midfielder. Like, he's not that good. Like, Juventus have been crap. Like, Galatasaray beat Juventus at their ground. Like, he's not the solution. And we don't need more box-to-box guys. We need a destroyer. We need a guy to just sit there and help our defense because it's so bad. And we need him. 47 GA in 37 games. I mean, if we could spend 125 million on Alexander Isak, then we can spend 125 million on Michael Olise. That's what we can do. Or we can swap him for Wirtz. I'm a massive fan of Wirtz, but I'm a bigger fan of Olise. Massive fan of Olise. I was when he was in the Premier League, and I wanted him at Liverpool. And you heard me talk about him so much. He is made to replace Mo Salah. He is made to be Mo Salah's heir. He is. He's absolutely sensational. Absolutely sensational. Throw all the money in the world at him for the wing, and then throw lots and lots of money at the guy from Sunderland, the defensive midfielder at Sunderland, Sadiq. Throw all the money at him as well. Like, I need you to get me some players that have got something about them. And I'm look, I'm a fan of Kumas. I liked Kumas when he was at Liverpool, and you heard me talk about him. You heard me talk about Lewis Kumas. You heard me talk about Lewis Kumas. And I said, I think this kid could make it if he's given a chance. He gives me vibes. He gives me like Ryan Kent and Harry Wilson vibes. You know, we do have a bit of an affinity with Welsh players. They kind of look good in Liverpool. Like, a lot of them have been good. So Kumas has won 2 really big games for Hull now, by the way. He beat Coventry, scored the winner against Coventry, and scored the winner against Wrexham, who took Chelsea all the way to extra time in the FA Cup. Who, by the way, if we'd have played, we'd have been beaten by Wrexham. We'd have been beaten by Wrexham if we played them. So I think Kumas is an option just to have back at the club next season. Like, why not have him as a 6th choice striker? Like, him and Jayden Danns as your 5th and 6th choice. What is wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that at all. What else have we got? I think that's it. I've got to mention this as well. I've got to mention this. Look at the crap that we're playing in the pre-season. Sunderland, Wrexham, and Leeds. Like, we're flying all the way over to America to do a pre-season tour to play ass football against 3 ass teams. Like, give me fucking Real Madrid, give me Barcelona, like, give me Paris Saint-Germain or Bayern Munich, or give me something. Like, give me a really good game. You give me Sunderland, Wrexham, and Leeds. Like, honestly, they're not even good stag do's. Like, we're going all the way over to America to play those teams. Like, come on, Liverpool. Do us better, will you? Do us better, will you? Like, come on. Honestly, you might as well throw fucking Burnley in there. Might as well throw Burnley and fucking Wolves. Absolute noggins. Like, horrendous teams to play in the pre-season there. And then I'll just leave on this. Because this is just where we are. Yeah, this is just where we are. Yeah, mate. Yeah. Yeah, that's the pre-season in America. Sunderland, Wrexham, and Leeds, mate. Yeah, all the fat boys will be there. All the fat boys in short t-shirts, and yeah, they'll all be there, blowing smoke up his arse if he's still. He's not. He's not. I've got an Ornstein was right about quite a lot of things, wasn't he, mate? He's not. He's not getting back till 2027. He's not. Like, what are the? How can he be backed until 2027? He's got to be given a new contract, and they can't give him a 1-year contract. They're not going to give him a new contract. Look, put it this way, Truden. You work for me. Yeah, you work for me, and you've been working for me all season. Yeah, okay. So you've been working for me all season, and then you come in at the end. Okay, this is the scenario. I'm Richard Hughes, and you're Arnie Slot. Unfortunately, you're Arnie Slot, Truden. Okay, that's who you are today. All right, you've been tainted with that. Okay, you are the bald fraud. Okay, sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. I backed you. I brought you on as a coach, head coach of Liverpool. I decided that I weren't going to sign any players, and you agreed to it because you're an idiot and because you're a yes man. But you did. You pulled it out the bag, and you won a league title because of Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk, and some of your final tactics worked. Okay, I'm not going to say they didn't because they did. You then go into the next season. There's talks about a new contract for you. During the pre-season, those talks go on hold. Okay, this is all being reported, by the way. This is all being reported. Yeah, I know you like your hair, mate. But this is all being reported that the new contracts went on hold. I'm going to go on big screen, okay? Because this is the scenario that I'm going to roll out on. So the new contract went on hold during pre-season, okay? So there was obviously something that happened at the end of the year and something happened in pre-season. Well, we all know what happened. From January onwards, after we'd wrapped up the league, Arnie fucked off on holiday during the matches. Okay, this happened. They all went on the piss. He was out in Ibiza. This is while the Premier League was still going. By the way, this wasn't like the end of the season or an international break. This was during the Premier League, and this is something that Jurgen would never have done. Jurgen would never have switched off. Like, it was literally like Arnie turned the lights off at Anfield and went, yeah, all right, lads. Yeah, all right. They went to Dubai. They went to Ibiza. Alisson came out and said, I'm fed up of partying. That's what he said. I'm fed up of celebrating. This was after a match that we just played and we still had more games. So the professionalism from Arnie put something in the minds of Edwards and Hughes and thought, I don't think we're not going to give him a new contract yet. We're going to see how he goes for another year. And that's what they did. Started the year, 7 wins on the bounce. 5 in the league, 2 in the Champions League. The 5 wins were 18, 19th minute winners. And we didn't play well in any of them, apart from Bournemouth for most of that game. Okay? Relying on like 16-year-old kids to come off the bench to score you winners and all kinds of mad shit. Chiesa fucking off the benches and all that stuff, okay? We then went on a 9 losses in 12 games run. No contract for Arnie. No more talks. Completely on hold. Yeah. After that, there was then conversations that we were going to monitor how we performed in the next couple of games. There was then rumours that Liverpool had talked to Nagelsmann. This is true. I'm not making this up, okay? You can go and find this out yourself. There was then rumours that Liverpool spoke to Nagelsmann in September. Remember, the league started in July, okay? July, 7 wins, fell off a cliff, yeah? September, spoke to Nagelsmann. September, spoke to Cesc Fabregas. We spoke to the club. We spoke to Como. We spoke to Cesc. we then spoke to Como again. Okay. That went all the way to Liverpool wanting him to come in as our manager mid-season. Cesc wanted a pre-season. He wanted to give Como another year. Wanted to see if he could get them into Europe. That's what Cesc wanted to do. He wanted to get Como into Europe because they've never been in Europe before. So he wanted to do that. That's fair enough. We also had a look at Jones. We also had a look at Crystal Palace manager. Who's the Crystal Palace manager? Put it in the chat. What's his name? I can't remember the Crystal Palace manager's name. Sorry. We also had a look at him. This was all before Christmas. Arnie then decided, I'm just going to play loads of midfielders. So he played midfielders in defence, midfielders in midfield, midfielders up front. And he literally, Oliver Glasner, we looked at Oliver Glasner as well. We then went through a phase where all we did was draw games and win games. Draw, win, draw, win. We did that for a while and we were dreadful. We were really, really bad to watch. Okay. This takes us all the way up to Christmas. And then we went on an unbeaten run for about 13 games. But we didn't play well and we didn't play anyone good. This was the time when we had lots of easy games. We drew against Leeds. We drew against Sunderland. We drew against Burnley. But we're unbeaten. And then we come into this year and we had like 5 wins since September at one stage. We've been so bad. And this season has been like this. In the league, we've been yo-yoing between 5th position and 8th. Up and down, 5th and 8th, all the way up and down all season. Okay? This isn't Liverpool. This cannot continue. It can't continue. And the conversations now have to be, you come in at the end of the season, Trudon, and you're sat in front of me, and I'm the guy that backed you. I'm the guy that hired you, but I'm also the guy that didn't give you a new contract. And he hasn't bought any players for you in January. None. Bought Jeremy Jacquet because Chelsea wanted him early, and we had to go early for him. That's the reason why we bought Jeremy Jacquet. We bought Jeremy Jacquet because Chelsea were all over him. Chelsea were going to sign him. And then there was an opportunity where Chelsea just assumed that they were going to get him in the summer. And we went, well, we could get him on a pre-contract now. We can sign him now, send him back to the end of the season. And we got the opportunity. So we did it. And why not? He's going to be a great player. But you weren't backed in January. So you haven't got a new contract and you weren't backed in January. And the club were actively talking to other managers. And you've been questioned over and over again. Do you think you're safe? Do you think you're safe? And you seem to think you are. Okay? You now come in front of me in the boardroom and I'm sat there and I've gone, okay, let's review how you've done this season to see whether we think you deserve a new contract. Well, I'm just giving you all the numbers. I've just given you all the numbers. You've lost more games. You've lost 16 games. Sorry. You've lost 19 games in total this season. You've lost 13 in the Premier League. You've conceded more goals than we've ever conceded. Your defence has been a shambles. Your set pieces have been a shambles. You've been defending corners like a shambles. There's so many bad things. None of your strikers have performed well apart from Ekitike. There's just nothing. I can't give you a gold star for anything. Mo Salah has had the worst season he's ever had at Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk's had the worst season he's ever had at Liverpool. Like all of your players last season that you made better, McAllister, Gravenberch, Cody, they've all been terrible this season. They've all been really bad. Even Konate, that you made better last season, has been far worse than he's ever been before. So I can't give you anything. So you're coming into that meeting and you're getting sacked. You're either getting sacked or we're going to give you a golden handshake. And we're going to go, right, you've got 1 year left on your contract. We're not going to renew it, but we're going to pay you for your last year and shake your hand and say goodbye. Thanks for the memories. It's not quite worked out. You've not performed. And we're going in a different direction. And then if you look at the signings, if we are going to sign some of the players that we're talking about, then we are building, for me, for the next manager who's probably going to play a back three. It makes sense that you've signed Jeremy Jacquet. It makes sense you've signed Jeremy Jacquet. It would make sense that you get Konate on a new contract, because then you've got Virgil van Dijk, you've got Jeremy Jacquet, and you've got Konate as a unbelievable back three. An unbelievable back three with so much pace and power and heading ability in there alone. And you've got two defenders that can bring the ball out into the midfield in Virgil van Dijk and Jeremy Jacquet. And then you have Frimpong, more advanced, in the five in midfield. And you have Kerkez, naturally up and down, up and down. There's your width, up and down. And then you give me three midfielders. Well, I'm fine with Curtis Jones. I'm fine with Dominic Szoboszlai. And give me one more. Give me Elliot Anderson, Angelo Stiller. Give me a monster. Give me a monster. I'd even take Fernandez from West Ham. Like, give me a monster that sits in there and just smashes people up. Give me that. Give me that. And then your two strikers, you've already got them. Ekitike and Isaac, but I would rotate with Isaac, Wirtz, Ekitike, Wirtz. I would always have a Wirtz and a striker rotating. And then you've got the bits on the side. You've got Bradley. You've got Luke Chambers. You've got Joe Gomez, because I keep Joe Gomez anyway. So I've got Joe Gomez. I've also got Leone. I've got lots of defenders, more midfielders. Okay, yeah. I've got Trey Ione. I'll need one more. I'll need to sign another. Okay, well, I'll go and get another midfielder. And then my strikers. I'm okay. I'm okay with keeping Cody as my third striker, or Mo Salah as my third striker. I'm okay with that. But I just know I'll get more money if I get rid of him or I get rid of the other. And if we're going to go for the likes of Michael Elise, then we can mix it up. We can mix it up and we can play a 3-4-3 with a 2 and a 1 up front. So you've got Isaac, you've got Elise, you've got Wirtz. Jesus Christ. Are we even talking about these players that we've got? There are so many options, but we don't need a complete rebuild. We just need a few extra players. But I feel like we're building the team for the next manager now. And like you said, Trudon, he comes in and sits down. I think he gets the chop. Anyway, you all have a wonderful evening. I'm out of here. I'm going to go and watch some football, which is better than our football. Did Arsenal draw that game in the end? Yeah, they did. They did draw that game. Anyway, I'm going to actually, I'm going to send you on to another show. I'm going to send you on to another show. If you can hit the likes though, that'd be great. And I'm going to see who's live. Who's live? Nope, who's live? I'm not sure who's live. I don't know who's live. So I'm out of here. All right. You all take care. See you later. Bye-bye.